Today we are going to study respiration in human being. First we will study structure of respiratory system. This is the respiratory system in human being. In human being, respiratory system consists of many organs like nose, nasal passage, trachea, bronchus and bronchiole, and last diaphragm. Respiratory system begin from nose. Nose has two holes that is known as nostrils. Behind the nostril there is a passage that is known as nasal passage. The nasal passage separate from the mouth cavity by bony plate. And nasal passage have fine hair and mucus which trap the dust particles present in the air. The part of the throat between mouth and trachea is called as pharynx. Trachea is supported by ring of soft bones called cartilage. Because of this cartilage, it does not collapse when even there is no air in it. The upper part of the trachea is known as larynx or voice box, and when this trachea go down and divided into two small tube that is known as bronchus. Bronchus is connected to bronchus is connected to lungs. Lungs lie in chest cavity, and this chest cavity separated to abdominal cavity by this diaphragm. This lungs is covered by two thin membrane that is known as pleura, and this lungs is covered or enclosed in a rib cage. Now this bronchus is divided into small tubes that is known as bronchiole. At the end of bronchiole there is a tiny sac that is known as alveoli. And alveoli, it is thin walled and it is surrounded by a blood capillaries. And the function of this alveoli, it provides large surface area when the exchange of gases can take place. Now next topic is mechanism of breathing. Mechanism breathing means breathing involves the movement of this rib cage and diaphragm. During inhalation, this rib cage move upward direction and diaphragm move downward direction, so that the size of chest cavity increase, the air pressure inside the lungs decrease while the atmosphere pressure increase. Now air rushes into the lungs from the outside and lungs filled with air and expand. And during exhalation, just opposite of inhalation, this rib cage move downward direction and diaphragm move upward direction, so the size of chest cavity decrease, and so the air is pushed out from the lungs. Now here question arises, how gases exchange in lungs and tissue? We know air comes from the outside through nostril, then trachea, bronchi, and finally it is reached into the lungs. During the process of inhalation, alveoli of lungs, this small tiny sac, alveoli is filled with air which contain oxygen. And we know alveoli, the wall of alveoli is very thin and it is surrounded by a blood capillaries. This oxygen diffuse into the blood capillaries, and through blood this oxygen distribute all the parts of the body cell, and body cell where this oxygen diffuse and break down the food and release energy as well as the waste product that is known as carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide diffuse into the blood, and blood carry this carbon dioxide back to the lungs where it is diffused into the alveoli, and when we breathe out, this carbon dioxide pushes from the alveoli to trachea, trachea to nostril, and then out of the body. Thank you.